Welcome back once again to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. I am dog tired, and we've been enjoying a lot of life lately, but it's also been a ton of work. And one thing that commonly happens around here is, from our perspective, we kind of look around our property and we see all the work that has to be done. Other people can kind of step in and see all the work that has been done. Recently we met some people, and this is crazy too. I've never grown Swiss chard this big. Some of the stuff is just huge. But I was out with some of the children the other day down by the lake, and we met a family who was fishing. We got to talking to them. They're relatively newer to the area, maybe 3-4 months. And obviously we've been here a little longer than that. But we got to talking, had a lot of similarities, and then began just to share a number of things with them, just because their families, you know, similar to ours in some way, as far as the number of people, other things. So we started kind of sharing about where we get discount groceries, where you can find the stuff that like just expired or is about to expire, and it's like organic, non-GMO, 1 month older than it could have been, as good as it could have been, for, you know, a couple cents on the dollar compared to the full retail price and stuff like that. And then also just about how, you know, like our paths here that we mulch, how we get the free mulch whenever we run to town, and different things like that. But we hope to head over to their house in the next week or two. I know where their property is now. They explained it to me. I drove past and I saw it. But the day after meeting them, we had them over here. And since they're just kind of getting started, they were able to take a look at our property and really get inspired by it. And you know, they don't know me from the internet or anything like that, or YouTube or Steam It or Hive or things like that. So, you know, just some guys, and they came and checked this out without any preconceived notions of it all. And I'll lift up, you know, that's all just food here, guys. And they really were inspired. They got to try some things they never tried before, like big old rhubarb banging back there and stuff like that. Malabar spinach they'd never tried before. So that's one thing we started, just picking things out of our garden that we could, like these volunteer Malabars. Everything on this side I don't need. It's growing outside of the raised bed. I love that flavor so much. So it's all just free stuff that showed up on our property and volunteered, that then we can lift out of the soil and bless other people with. So they were really happy with, you know, some of the stuff we gave them, some of the seeds we gave them. But then also, before they left, we decided to pick a harvest. And I went around and harvested some kale, harvested some collards, harvested some mustard greens, some lettuce, just whatever was going on that made sense, and sent them home with that. And I know sometimes when people give you a gift like that, it's something tangible, you know, it's food for your family. There's a certain sentimental value to that, and a lot of people really appreciate it when people step into their lives in that way. And the interesting thing is, you know, we like to leave places better because we were there. We like to be a blessing. We like to be intentional about how we live. Since we've kind of been traveling out more after a voluntary lockdown for a bit, as we meet up with people, a lot more people are concerned about growing more of their own food. So I'm been lifting, you know, the strawberries. Look at this. This path should not be green. This path should not be green. There should be a pathway through there. But all the strawberries from over here and all the strawberries from over here are growing out into that bed, or into that walkway, and I've just got tons of volunteers. I've probably got 200 or 300 strawberry plants I could get rid of right now. And we just gave a bunch away to some other people too. So it's as we interact with people, we don't just want to show up and encourage them and be there to care in their lives and interact with them on a real level, but we also want to bless them. We want places to be better because we were there. I have a number of things, from the baby fat achacha cucumbers growing back there, from an American homestead, to some of our strawberries and our golden raspberries over here from Shalom Acres, to a lot of my top garden plants from from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company to some of the sunflowers and stuff from Wholesome Roots. I mean, there's people who have had interactions in our life, and then I look around in my physical reality here, and I see that tangible expression of their love and concern and care for us in a way that then also helps for our families. So we try to do that and just be a blessing, be givers of gifts, especially things that can last for years or longer. But the thing I didn't know is while I'm out here with their oldest son they had with them, picking some stuff to bless them with, 3 of their daughters were in the house with our daughters, and they were actually doing our dishes. So we have strangers we never met before. They were, here a day after we met them, and they're doing our dishes. We obviously make a lot. When we had them over for lunch that day, we didn't even make a lot of dishes. Just looking at some of these potatoes and things Mama's got growing. But we didn't even make dishes. The thing we ate, we just kind of had on some paper plates and stuff like that, but they did all our dishes. And it had been a minute since we were, 100% fully caught up on every dish in the house. But they made that possible. And that was a choice that they made. These are things a lot of people wouldn't necessarily do. You wouldn't necessarily often wind up at somebody else's house at their kitchen sink doing their dishes. And to me, if I was the type, it could have moved me to tears, because it's a tangible expression of love and care and concern for somebody, even somebody you just met, that was expressed in a way many people never take the time. And I just kind of wanted to share that story to inspire others when we're able to step into people's lives, read a situation, evaluate, where they're at, what they're going through, and then do something. Even like when I look around here and I see just all these volunteer plants. And I know that so many more people are concerned about that. And we set ourselves up already at this point in our life, with just a couple years invested in this property, that I've got hundreds of plants volunteering. A lot of people aren't there. A lot of people don't have hundreds of plants volunteering. There's a lot of people who are scrambling to try to get some now, or things got kind of tightened down. They said, oh no, I better go get some plants. And the next thing you know, they can't even go buy them. It's illegal in their state or their area or something like that. So just wanted to share that to encourage you guys and remind everyone to do what they can when they can with what they've got. I think we really need to be faithful stewards. Our little cow's looking at me right now, so I'll leave her in the background here. But see what's going on around you. When you meet up with people, try to make it worthwhile. Try to make it more than just what you can get from them, but what you can give as well. And some people are way too embarrassed, or I don't want to say proud, but a lot of people would never let someone else do their dishes, or a lot of people would never let someone like, oh, here, let me harvest my garden for you. I would just encourage you guys to humble yourselves, receive what people are willing to give, and be the type who are willing to either give back, I don't want to say pay it forward, but see how you can be used in the lives of others too. Because I think that that's really what's going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives. And for those of us who may be spiritually minded too and have an eternal message of hope, I would definitely point out that when we can couple that kind of high, lofty, maybe kind of aloof because it doesn't exist in the physical plane, that message with something that people can understand, just like food, like a tangible expression of your actual concern and care that they can pick up, rather than like, I'm concerned about your eternal soul type thing. We're able to couple those and put a little bit behind that spiritual message. A lot of times people seem a lot more receptive to that too, just because I guess you're speaking their language, dealing with the physical things, for those people who may not be spiritually minded in those ways at the moment. So like I said, got some new friends, guys. New friends. Very cool. Super blessed. And they did our dishes too. So I'll leave it at that, guys. I'll see you next time. Papa out.